Alright, so what's up everybody, this is Ruben Garcia, and this is a beautiful day, and today on the Proven by Ruben podcast, we have Tiffany Spell with Movement Mortgage. Hey
Hello.
Tiffany.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. So if you could tell the people who you are, what you do, how you do it, and all that good jazz.
Well, my name is Tiffany Spell.
Yes.
Movement Mortgage, a loan officer with Movement Mortgage. I do mortgages.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You do lots of mortgages.
Yes.
We were just talking about it a little bit. You are number 6 in Movement Mortgage nationwide.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So we have what's called Top 100.
Okay.
And that's top 100 loan officers around. They go by unit and they go by volume.
Okay.
I'll never be up there in volume. California kind of gets me on those.
Yeah,
they can close one loan compared to my 29 that I closed in volume.
Yeah.
But they rank us, and I remember the day I hit number 100. I remember the day of not being on that list, and then slowly work yourself up.
So how long did it take you to get from 100 to number 6?
6 months.
6 months? Now what would you credit that super fast rise to number 6? What would you credit it to?
Reaching out to my KW agents.
KW agents? They got your back?
Always.
Yeah?
And it took me a while. I went to several sales meetings. You were in there at the time, I think.
Yes.
And nobody really listened. Nobody wanted to give me the chance. And then finally one day, I was just like, okay, screw it. You either going to give me a chance or you're not. And if I fail, I will stand up here and you can talk about me and tell me I was wrong. But until I do, just give me the chance. And it opened the floodgates.
Yeah. I mean, this says a lot about you if you were floating around 100 and you throw it out there to all the KW agents here, which by the way, at that time, we may have had 80-something
Yeah, it wasn't as many as there is now.
You know, and for you to throw it out there, and then you must have done a great job in order to skyrocket you to 6.
I worked a lot of hours.
Yeah, you did.
I had a lot to prove, so
yeah, right.
it was a lot of sacrificing, and it was a lot of do I want this or do I want this, and going back off of, and I literally was number 100. I still have the printout from 2014.
Yeah.
100 Tiffany Spell.
Yeah.
It wasn't an option to come off that list, so I had no choice but to go the other way.
So what else? What else do you think helped you get to number 6?
I had a lot of support from my husband. A lot. There were a lot of things I missed for the kids because I was taking a late appointment, or
yeah.
I needed that. And I had a lot of support in here. You have to think, most of the time you build a working relationship first, and then, you know, a lot of times my agents are my family, so then comes the friendship. Well, I built the friendship first and then the business, so they mean even more to me now.
Yeah.
And I mean as much to them.
That's right. Because people don't care how much you know
Nope.
until they know how much you care.
That's right.
And that was your strategy. So where's your husband now?
With me.
Woo!
Yep, he joined me a year ago. A little over a year ago.
Yeah. So how's he doing? Is he number...
He's killing it.
He's number...
Okay, so he's up there because some of my numbers went under his because of some things that I didn't do that I was supposed to do last year.
Yeah.
But he's up there. He's closing a whole lot more than I was, only being here for a year.
Yeah. What do you think's helping him rise fast as well?
Am I allowed to say me? I'm just joking.
That could be part of it. Well, here's the thing. A lot of people get thrown into an industry with no mentors, with no guidance, and anybody who's listening to this would probably understand that's going to help, right?
It does. At first we were like, we're not going to do it at home. We're not going to work at home. Yeah, that was stupid. It would come home and he'd ask me a question, and I'm like, I thought we were going to do this, and then it would turn into a discussion. Yeah. But he's good with people, really good. It was just teaching him the guidelines, which I love to do. Yes. So that's where it kind of started. We'd be on the way to work. VA, can you do this? Can you do that? And it's a learning process. So I gave him all the resources. I made him a little book, a little Bible, same Bible I was raised in this business of what can I do in VA, what can I do in FHA, what not to do. Yeah. And I made one for him.
Well, it's kind of cool because if he committed himself to being 100%. And for you to be there 100% of the time, allow someone to stay in that 100%, because some people, they really want to conquer it and whatever entrepreneurial path they want to go in, but when they go home, it's not the same conversation.
No.
Because they're doing their own thing. They could have a 9 to 5. May not understand the entrepreneurial spirit, but for you,
he was picking my brain all the time. But I mean, I had that when I was a loan officer assistant for a top producing loan officer.
Right.
It was sitting next to her and listening to her on the phone and going through the scenarios. So I tried to give him exactly what she gave me, because now I feel like I'm a walking encyclopedia for guidelines. That's how I looked at her.
Yeah.
That's how he looks at me. My whole team looks at me that way.
And
I like that. I want them to learn.
And you're building a team, so what does your team look like right now?
So it's Joseph and I are the loan officers, and then we have 2 assistants.
Okay.
Right now they're split. I have one and Joseph has one, but
Gotcha.
we combine our pipeline a lot. And then we have a marketing person that handles all of our flyers, anything the open houses the agents need. And then we have a person that handles kind of supplies on the backside.
Wow.
I know. I sat in here for over a year by myself.
Yeah.
And then the next year was just me and Mia.
Yeah.
For almost 2 years, and now we have I got my whole suite.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all mine.
Yep.
I started with one office in there.
Yep. What a cool story from
Started from the bottom, now you hear.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my song.
I think I helped with some of the supplies because I would go in there and raid the food closet a few times.
Yep.
Yep.
And as many notepads as I ordered you wouldn't use.
Yeah. Would you say, so a lot of people say on the way to success it's like a hockey stick. It's like a hockey stick. So it's flat for a while and then it just explodes.
You have to stay strong. There were many days that I would come in so worn out and I felt like everything I had done wasn't getting me anywhere. I wasn't getting any more business, but I had to keep reminding myself, and that's where Joseph came in a lot too, of, hey, they're just not writing the contract today. Not everybody's gonna write a contract on the same day.
Right.
But I was one to give up. I was one of the ones that was like, I'm gonna go back to a 9 to 5 job. I can go to a bank. He wouldn't let me. So many times I wanted to stop, but I had agents that wouldn't let me. I had people I used to work for that were like, no, don't give up. But it was very, I was in a dark place. It was very, very depressing. And then when those floodgates opened, it was I can't even describe the feeling. It lit me up. It changed me on all aspects of life. And then I didn't stop. And I was like, oh, I'll just do $1 million. Oh, maybe 2 million. Now I'm like, I want 10.
So what was 2017 production for you and your team?
What year are we in? 18? We did 223 units last year, and I think 40 million.
Wow.
And yeah, but there's people above me.
Yeah.
But it's still nice because NKW coming in 2014.
Right. So
8 million.
It
wasn't a lot at all.
Right. And I think that says a lot when you look at that. When you say that, the units is probably something you need to throw up front, because the volume here we float around 155,000.
That's about average.
Right. So you have to do a lot more units, like you said, to even catch up to a California, or something like that, right?
Yes.
So now you also mentioned that there was another. I don't know. What was the name of that? You said for all lenders, your number. Oh,
there's 2. So
okay.
For the last 2 years, I've made top 1% originators in America.
Woo.
It was awesome.
That's awesome.
I actually had another lender reach out and tell me congratulations. I had no idea.
Because I feel like your head was down and you were just grinding the whole time.
Yeah, well, I don't like to talk about myself. I told you that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. I mean, it was, don't stop.
Right.
I didn't want to set all the time. Well, what do you want to call? I don't want to set a goal.
Right.
I just want to do it.
Right.
That was another thing that I did. Once I'd hit that 2 million, I'd stop.
Because your goal was 2 million? Because
I hit the goal, right.
Yes.
So it was I could have done so much better,
yes.
so much longer, so I stopped doing that.
Yeah.
But we did, then I had the Scotchman Guide. I was number 74 in America for the VA units. VA is my forte.
Yes. Yes.
I love a VA loan.
For sure. So now, who put it in your head to set a goal? Or what was the big switch to maybe do a larger goal versus something obtainable or something comfortable?
Trisha. I got really upset over I think I brought this up to you, over the capture rating that I had.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? I was so upset. I'm like, I only have what?
Yeah.
And Trisha's like, Tiffany, that's actually kind of good. I'm like, this is awful.
Yeah.
And so the goals went away quickly after that. I'm like, oh no, now that goal is going to be, I want 100%.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever get 100% out of a marketplace.
Right.
I can still try.
Yeah. Well, and if you're shooting for 100% and you hit 80,
I'm happy.
Right.
Yeah. I'm happy.
That's one of the conversations. So when I'm coaching with some of the agents, they may throw a goal out there that's completely, quote unquote,
insane.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
That's the struggle, right? Because they'll say something that's quote unquote reasonable or comfortable or realistic.
You're stopping your own limit.
That's right.
Yeah. No.
Well, so here, let's do this. It's gonna be kind of fun. So I just gave you a realistic goal. Coach me on why that might not be a good idea.
You gave me a realistic goal.
And you're the coach.
I'm the coach. You don't need goals. And that's kind of stupid to say too, because you do. Everybody needs something to strive for.
Yeah.
But there's no limit.
Right.
There is no limit.
Right.
Just at 200 and whatever units we closed last year. Okay, so 500.
Yes.
Is that going to happen? It could.
Yes.
It could very easily happen.
Right.
I never thought I would do the 200 plus units
in
a year. I didn't think I would do 187 units in 6 months.
Right.
But I did. But that's because I didn't limit myself.
That's right.
That's right. If you set the limit, when you hit it, it's like human nature kind of almost. You just become you're relaxed and comfortable. Why do you want to be comfortable? I don't want to be comfortable. I want to surprise everybody.
Yeah.
I love a surprise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you've been surprising a lot of people.
I know myself too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's cool so what's next for your team? Besides hitting that unit goal, you're growing a team, you're growing a business. What's next?
I want my capture rating back up.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's not fallen, but I want it. I already have built a relationship.
So let's just real quick. What is capture rating for the people who are listening that may not understand?
So it's the percentage of business that I, as Movement, capture out of Keller Williams.
Gotcha.
So, of course, there's other people. I have other agents outside of Keller Williams too that I love dearly, just so everybody knows.
Yes, of course.
But that they are loyal to other loan officers, and that's fine. That's okay. I'm always here for them. Most of these people I know, the lenders. So, I want my capture rating. I have the relationship that I have with Keller Williams. Movement is in a lot of Keller Williams in different markets.
Yeah.
Our relationship is talked about all over the place of how I don't want to say babied. I'm cared about.
Yeah.
They don't have that. It's strictly business. You have to think, we do everything together as agents and loan officers and the rest of my team.
Right.
But I want, now that I've beat that goal, I want to have the highest capture rating.
How close are you?
I don't know. I gotta get with our corporate to see. I know that we have the best on the East Coast.
Yeah.
We have the best in this market.
Yes.
Capture rating.
But you want to be the number
I
one,
want to be
right?
number one.
Right, exactly.
I want to be number one.
When are you going to have that conversation with corporate to find out how far you
They're going, we'll see, the President's Club trip is this weekend, but I'm not going to it this time.
Where are you going this Friday?
No.
Oh,
where they were going. It's in Mexico.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But that's where we go with the president of our company, the owners of our company, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But when they come back,
Gotcha.
I want to see. They keep me numbers drive me.
I love. Listen, anybody who knows me knows I just geeked out for a second. Okay, keep going.
I don't, and it's not pocketbook numbers.
Right.
I like numbers.
Yes.
I like that if numbers come out and you have 45 and I have 46, then I failed.
Right.
I need double what you have.
Right.
I don't want anybody close to me.
Right.
So, they know that. So each month they constantly send me.
Yeah.
Here's your ranking here. Here's your ranking here. Stay here. It pushes me.
Right. And it allows you to get clarity on what your next step needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because the numbers don't lie.
No. No, they don't.
There's no fluff in that.
No, trust me, when I saw that 20% capture rating, I was like, I don't care if I get it to 25, I just don't want to be in there 20.
Yeah. So when you have that conversation and you find out that number, what do you think is going to be the one thing that you're going to focus on that's going to help you capture the rate to go up, the capture rate to go up? Can I throw your phone out the window, please?
No. So sorry.
That's okay.
I always try to double whatever it is. I don't care if it's realistic or not. Like I said, I'm not setting a limit to myself.
Love it.
But I also, sometimes it's not all about having all of it. You want to make sure that you're always there. You don't want an agent coming in and you're just too busy and can't talk to them. They need you.
Right.
So you need to be available.
Right.
That's why I built the team, because it was getting to the point where, I was taking, easily 300 calls. You see the phone, 300 calls. I get God knows how many hundreds of emails a day, and I respond to each one of those.
Right.
So you have to make sure that you make yourself available.
Yeah.
That's why we built the team that we did.
For leverage.
I can take some of those meatballs off my plate, pass them off that aren't so important, so I'm out front and for my agents and for my buyers, and that's the biggest thing that really has captured a lot of business out of here.
I think it's super important for anyone who's listening that is really, really listening to you, because being number 6 of all of Movement Mortgage, and I ask you, what's the next thing you're going to do to kind of raise up in the ranks or just be that next level, right? And you say, build my relationships. And I want people to really hear that this is a relationship business.
It is.
And you keep focusing on that, that's what's going to help you. And by the way, that's what kind of helped you get to the point to where you're at now.
It does, because I have built trust with them. So if a borrower or anybody were calling me like, Tiffany was just really rude to me, it would make me feel so good that you wouldn't even have to call me, like, okay, well, you must have heard her wrong.
Wrong Tiffany, maybe?
And I like that, where Ruben said this. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
That is the best feeling in the world.
Right.
It's an honesty. If I tell you I can do something, I'm going to do it.
Yes.
If I tell you this borrower's going to go to closing, as long as they tell us the truth,
yes.
it's going to go to closing.
Yes.
Communication. Communication is so important.
Yes.
I've picked up business on the listing side just from communicating. You reached out to me to tell me that the appraisals due back this time. That's big with them. There's no reason why the listing agent can't be notified as much as the buyer's agent.
Right.
Now, legally, there's some things you can't say, but they can know when appraisal's back in, what's the square footage.
Well, you're going to have listing agents, I'm sure, that are reaching out to you anyways, because they're still to protect their seller. They want to make sure that, like you said, there's not information, like true, solid, very detailed information you have to give, but you can make them feel comfortable in the process.
Let them know everything's okay.
Yeah.
The seller sometimes is worried about closing on this house, have another. There's so many sides to take care of.
Yeah.
And communication ties it all together.
Yeah. All right, so switching gears, because you have a coach, correct? When did you find that it was time for a coach?
I didn't.
I know. That's why I brought you here. I'm reeling you in. All right, so talk to me about this.
So, now you're making me go way back. I actually came to Movement as a failing loan officer. I was 1-2 loans every 3-4 months. It sucked. And it not only brought my business side down, it brought how I communicated with people, my relationship with my husband.
Confidence.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
So I was lucky to get a desk. I did get a desk.
Woo!
And then Keller Williams had actually come up, because I'd been across the street at the main office with Movement, said that they were looking for someone to put in here. I was like, no, I don't want to go in. I had already done the marketing. I ended up coming over. They sent me a coach.
Who did?
Movement.
Okay. And
to build my business. Because not only when I started, and I started getting a few loans here and there, but they were like $65,000. Oh my gosh, paying the butt. Are we going to get it to closing?
Yeah.
So the first day, and I responded back, and I accidentally replied to all of Movement when I did and said, I don't need a coach. I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I don't need a coach. That went over real well.
Yeah.
So when my coach called the next Thursday, he still calls me on Thursdays, I told him, I don't need you. Don't call. You're interrupting my nap. I was actually taking a nap at 10:30 on a Thursday morning, 10:30 on Thursday morning.
Oh man.
He laughed, and we go back and listen to some of the recordings now. He would go funny. He's like, "Gosh, she's so mean. Like, what's wrong with her?" And his wife works with him, so she's like, "Oh, that's gonna be a good one." And it was awesome to hear that she could hear just from listening that, okay, I was a little mean, but she's gonna be a tough one. But if you get it and get her going, it'll work.
Yeah.
So he called every other Thursday. I always answered.
Yeah.
But then I would tell him I didn't need him.
Yeah.
And then
now at this point they're paying for it, right?
They've always paid for it.
Okay.
And then I eventually got my head out of my butt and decided that I wasn't going to be down anymore. He's the one that said, "You have to tell them what you want." I was like, "Are you kidding me? I'm not telling them what I want." Because I felt like I was like begging, like a puppy in a little store for a treat.
Yeah, but people pick up that puppy.
Dude.
That cute.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, and so not to mention I was pregnant at the time.
Yeah.
I left, had Aubrey, came back 3 days later, and he was like, you go in front of that sales meeting. It took me 4 sales meetings to get the courage to go up front and was like, because every time, no lie, everybody was like this.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to hear anything I had to say.
Of course.
So he was like, "You have to make them hear you." Well, I
Yeah.
kind of went a little overboard.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Pay attention to me.
Yeah.
But it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. They're like, if she has the guts to get up there and say,
yeah,
"I'll stand up here if I fail you and let you say, I told you this is why we didn't use you. I promised that I would stand up there." Dude, it was awesome. It was awesome. And I haven't let go of my coach since.
That's awesome. So the turning point for you was you were just tired of just going through the same mundane, not really hitting your numbers.
Oh, I didn't hit any numbers.
Yeah, and then finally, and it sounds like what you're saying, and tell me if I'm wrong, is that you finally got out of your own way.
I did. It was my fault. I was my own destruction. I was too worried about what was wrong rather than trying to find a way to fix it.
That's big.
It was huge for me, huge. If you go back to the day of me sitting in that suite, the whole suite that I have now, by the way.
Yeah.
Nobody was in that suite. I was in the very back office, so when you came in, it was dark.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Tiffany.
Yeah, it's like
so people would come in, and I'm like, I'm back here.
Yeah.
With Aubrey. Aubrey stayed with me from 3 days old in here, so she was raised here.
Yeah.
So again, I had so many people with open arms, I just didn't know how to communicate with them.
Yeah.
I didn't. I felt like if I came to you and was like, "Ruben, I really like you as a person, but can you send me your business?" I felt like I was being beggy, like a homeless person.
Yeah.
But it's not like that at all.
Yeah.
No agent is going to know what you need unless you tell them.
Yeah.
You have to tell them. They don't know.
Well, then how cool is it for me, say for example, that I get to help you realize your dreams?
It was amazing.
Right? If I throw you a loan because it's something that you really, or by getting you that loan, obviously it gets you to a position that you just told me that you want to be in, and I'm helping you get there. Like,
it was
selfishly,
awesome. Yes.
That does something for me too, you know?
The next sales meeting after the one where I asked, how many pre-pros you got? I'm like, like 106. It was awesome. It was, and every time. And the thing was, I'll never forget it. That was the end of May. It was May 21st was that sales meeting that I announced it. Trisha Tariffs was my first contract.
Whew.
That kept coming. It was a big one too.
Yeah.
Kept coming. I wanted to hit President's Club by the end of the year. President's Club, you have to close a minimum of 125 units for, I think it's 25 million.
Yeah.
I wanted it so bad. I had closed 8 loans up until then.
Yeah.
I only missed President's Club by the end of the year that year, so in 6 months, by 11 loans.
Oh.
That was okay with me.
Oh,
I did not care. I did
Good.
not care because I had said it.
Yeah.
But then I limited myself.
Right.
I kept saying 125, 125,
Yes.
125. If I'd have pushed, I probably would have hit the 125.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Because trust me, I put in enough hours that there's no reason why I shouldn't have.
Yeah. So what do you say to the loan officers that came across this podcast and the office that they're in, say if they're in a real estate office, the real estate office that they're in isn't supporting them the way that you sound like you're supported. What would you say to that loan officer?
You need to get up. You need to get up, walk around, mosey. How many times did you see me? Good morning.
Yeah.
You're in their face. They don't know who you are if you're sitting back here in a room. Well, plus my room was really dark, so I did get scared back there a little bit. So that probably is why I would come up like, hey, just in case you guys were, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
But you're right. And sometimes you would get that. I'm like, I've been back there for 4 months.
Yeah.
But you have to put yourself out there. The
Yeah.
biggest thing, agents, and I know you're going to agree with it, love to hear about new products coming out, or oh, you don't need that anymore. That's fabulous.
Right.
Those are the things, numbers drive me. Those are the things that drove agents.
Right.
So in front of the sales meeting, I'm like, guess what? We don't need these anymore. Or USDA's behind. Nice to know when your knowledge is power.
Yes.
So when I would give the knowledge, it would get them
more empowered.
More power. So then it, in return, gave me back the power.
Yes.
And I'm telling you,
you
I could talk about this all day long.
And I love it because you know what I heard there is that I kind of threw something at you to see if you were going to tell that loan officer to say that they're not in the right place. But you didn't. What you said was you take ownership. If they're not seeing you, then you have to look at yourself and what type of value and what are you doing to ensure that you're being seen. So take ownership.
Take ownership, always. It took me forever to realize that, like I said, I was my own destruction. Right. Poor pitiful me, I'm just in a bad place, I can't, no, you can. If you busted your butt enough to become a loan officer, you're there for a reason. Not everybody can do it. You have to take the time, pick up the books, read your guidelines, go to classes. It's very simple. I've sat in some of the KW classes.
Right.
Some of the stuff I'm like, okay, that's too much for me, I don't want to know that. But some of it, like, I didn't know about certain sidewalks and areas and, homeowner association dues and septic tanks.
Yeah.
It's nice to know those things. Knowledge is power.
Right.
Knowledge is, that is the best saying ever.
Yes. Yeah. So, do you see, since a coach has impacted your life so much so, say your team is running, it's I don't know what, so building a business in real estate, it's a level 7 when you are out of the business is running itself. Now there's a few numbers that you get to make sure that, and you're really focused on hiring more talent to grow the business is really what you're focused on at that point. Well, let's just go there. Do you see yourself ever getting to that type of position?
No.
Why?
Because I am bossy.
Okay.
And I'm a control freak.
Okay.
I feel that, yes, it's great to have backup to bring in more business or make yourself available.
Right.
But I also am a human being that wants to earn my paycheck.
Yeah.
I don't feel that starting it.
Yes.
What am I doing?
Yes.
That's just me. People are fine with it, and that's fine. That's okay. It's not that there's anything wrong with it. I just there's nothing. I'll go back to this.
Okay.
I wanted my mom. My mother teaches mentally handicapped children.
Yeah.
She wanted me to do that with her at Fort Bragg schools. It takes an amazing person. I couldn't do it. It broke my heart. I was cussing at people for looking at, these. I'm like, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
You know me. I couldn't handle it.
No. Yeah, I understand.
For me, this is the exact same helping tool that I wanted so desperately with that, but I don't have to look at. Now I still fight if someone's making fun of them or I'm what are you looking at? That's their house. And to me, it could be a $65,000. That's their home that they want to call. That's home to them. I'll still fight just as hard for you as I would as a $400,000 house.
Yeah.
But to me, it's helping people. So that's kind of where I kept it.
Yeah.
I always have to have my hands in that file, know what's going on. When a thank you card goes out, that's me saying thank you.
Right.
I want to always be involved. Always. And that's something that I can't get rid of. I've tried.
Do you think that later down the road you might?
No.
How did you know? Where was I going with that? You don't know. I was going to say buy a camel. Would you ever buy a camel?
I might.
Where was I going with that?
Were you getting ready to say, do you think ever, if I'd ever get out?
No.
And pass? Okay,
no,
so I apologize.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Do you see yourself ever moving, now, not completely, but do you see, because it impacted your life, do you see yourself being a coach?
Yeah.
Coaching others to succeed at the level that you succeeded?
I would love to do a book.
Okay.
Love. And I've actually talked to my coach about it. Because
he's done books.
He's done books.
Yeah.
But two, you knew me.
Right.
From the bottom.
Right.
Started from the bottom, I'm here. But so many people that are in my that were where I was those years ago, I would have loved to have been like, they're going through what I'm going through. How did they get out of it?
Yes.
I would have loved to have had something like that. There was nothing. And I no, I don't always necessarily like remembering those times, but then I do like to remind myself of those times so that I don't go back. Mm-hmm.
Have you had the opportunity to coach anyone else that may have reached out to you?
I actually corporate has a lot of, my story is very known within movement because my coach ended I was like his biggest win to take someone that was nothing and turning them into something.
Right.
So corporate and my coach always send people, hey, reach out to me, ask her how she, and what I'm telling you, some of them are sitting in Keller Williams' offices. I'm like, get up, get in front of them, communicate. If you sit back, it doesn't just fall on your lap. I know a lot of people think that, she sits inside there, that's not how this works.
Right.
You still have to earn your place here.
Yeah.
Anybody's replaceable.
Yeah.
Except for me. I'm just joking.
Yep.
But anybody can come in here and sit in this office. It's not gonna fall on your lap. You have to show them why you're here.
Yes.
All the time.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Now I have a few questions for you. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. So, and I always want to reference Tim Ferriss. I've borrowed these from Tim Ferriss. Do you know who Tim Ferriss is?
No.
He's a beast.
Okay.
By the way, I look forward to seeing that book. I hope my name's in it. Alright, so here's one of my questions. I'm going to go past that one. We answered that one. Do you have a favorite failure that you believe has set you up for success?
Mm-hmm.
Which one would that be?
Not believing myself.
Was the biggest failure?
Biggest. Not trying. Giving up. I gave up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I gave up. I gave up on everything.
What about that switched everything for you?
What about it?
Yeah.
I think it was literally, I pulled my head out of my rear. Like, it was like the light cut on.
Yeah.
And that's never been me. I'm the most competitive person you will ever meet. I lost my drive.
Yeah, I just can't see that.
Yeah, it was awful. Because you don't know that side of me. I didn't even know that side of me.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it would be like driving home.
You know what I think is important too? Is you may have still had that in you when you came to this office.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I saw you, you would not allow that to show.
Mm-mm.
You came, because I remember I was in my little closet and my desk was a printer box at that time.
Oh, yeah.
But you would show up and you'd be happy and you would throw some value our way. So even though that internal dialogue was like saying, trying to beat you down, you just didn't show it.
Mm-mm.
And that's why I don't think I can even visualize it even when you were going through it.
Yeah. Well, I would go back. I mean, there were so many times that I'd be in tears before sales meeting would even start.
Yeah.
It was. I'm telling you, it was
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
Because you have to think, at the time that I came here, I'd been in this business for 12 years. So was I really getting ready to let 12 years that I've worked so hard for go down the drain? I was ready to give it all up. And then...
I'm glad you stuck in.
Me too, because I love what I do. I love nothing more to be like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
We're going to get you into a home.
And your car can park itself.
Yeah. It ought to.
Yeah. All right. What have you gotten better to saying no to?
The way that I'm treated.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. It took, when you are on that lower level and you're trying so hard to build yourself back up, you take the crap.
Right.
You take the way people...
Because you believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it would be like, okay, yes, sir. And it would be somebody that would be cussing and screaming over something stupid that, we can't, it's guidelines, we can't control.
Yeah.
So once I got to the level of, this is me, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to conquer, you're not going to talk to me like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be respectful, I will always be respectful, but I require the same back because this is a business and I do bust my butt every single day and sacrifice still to this day a lot. A lot of people don't realize how much loan officers and agents sacrifice to do what we do. So, no.
Yeah. Making that switch, would you say that it has it dropped the amount? Because you have to have, and correct me if I'm wrong, you have to have a hard conversation with some people if you believe in the value that you provide, and you believe in you're confident in what you provide, and then you guys are going through that exchange, and you kind of lay it down the law and say, listen, I won't be treated that way. What, has that dropped more business, or would you say it's attracted the people?
It's attracted
The people you want to work with.
Because
anyways.
I was scared. I was still scared even when I got to doing these amount of loans. I'm like, okay, Tiffany, you can't, you're just gonna have to deal with it. It's just the way of the world. And no, I don't want my kids to see that. I don't want my kids to ever be talked to like that. I want them to know that, no, you are worth more than that, and your confidence does have to stay high, because trust me, I was like, oh yeah? Like, do I want to say it? Do I not? I'm like, I hang up the phone, like, yes! And I'd wait. And I wouldn't be rude, but listen, if you're going to talk like that, maybe this isn't best for us. Come get your stuff and head on down the road, and don't call me again. Well, I've had to get to that place, and I've gotten the phone call, I was wrong. Oh, I love it. I'm like, can you say it again? Because then, to me, once I'm done. I'm over it. Okay, fine, let's get back in the groove. Don't dwell on it.
That's right.
Don't dwell on it. And I was scared, like I said, I thought it was going to cost me business. No. I gained so much more respect because they realized that I'm not going to, I would never treat a customer or an agent or anything like that any way than what they deserve.
That's right.
So, I want the same. And my team.
I love it. And especially now building a team, because now you have to mirror how it should be done. And I'll be darned if they see the team lead getting ran over every day.
They know.
Right.
They just turn around and like, oh, good.
Right. But that gives them confidence to say, you know what, this is not, or that is how you're supposed to run this business.
And you just have to remember that this is a very stressful business. And it's not like it was back in the day when you had a pulse and you get a mortgage. It's a lot now. Guidelines. Oh, yeah. Guidelines are guidelines. The things that get frustrating, or, to borrowers, well, why do they need to know that? Well, sweetheart, I don't care. But I have guidelines, That's the hardest thing. But if you set that up in the beginning, I mean, I tell people, I'm like, if I don't ask for your DNA and shoe size, we're doing great. To kind of loosen them up. Again,
just to set
you're having to build
expectation.
trust to these people. They don't know you. And we're just like car salesmen sometimes. There's plenty of them out there. You have to show why they should use you.
Which goes back to you building a relationship with the agents, because the agents are
now. Oh, the agent if she says she's gonna do it.
Exactly. I love it. Okay. If you had 1 extra hour a day, what would you do with it? Work all day long. All right.
I'd probably do more charity thing. Like that's one thing that I've really gotten into. Being in this business is a lot of the charity work, and so I don't have time for it a lot of the times. So.
Ooh, I can coach you on that.
Yeah, I need that.
What would you what charity would you move forward with, or what would you volunteer?
I'd love to do like the Special Olympics that are here.
Oh, cool.
For the mentally handicapped children. I used to do it all the time with my mom growing up, and you think. Like when I thought I had it bad.
Right.
It really, really, really makes you see, and pushing them or just talking to them, and some of them can't talk back, but you know that you've touched them. It's the same feeling that you get here. So I would love nothing more. I would. My mom.
How often does it come around?
Once a year.
Once a year.
I enjoyed actually taking a couple days, like 3 or 4 days.
Gotcha.
I enjoyed taking them to see Santa Claus every year with my mom. It was, I mean, think about it. They don't get that.
Do you think that you could fit that in your schedule if we were to plan it in the beginning of the year?
I'd make it. I still work when that stuff happens. This thing.
That's
another thing that's good.
And would you agree that the team has helped you get some time back too?
Oh yeah. Well,
interesting.
You have to be careful, because when you build it, you open the door for it to be more business.
True. Very true.
So you have to be careful where you're not like, oh God, now I need like 3 more. You have to be very careful with that. But I have I've made all my kids' baseball games this year. And I missed a ton of those, and those are important to the kids. So my team makes sure that I'm with my kids more than anything.
That'd be cool. If you do the Special Olympics thing, I'd love to bring my family and everything. I would love, that'd be really cool.
It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling.
That'd be awesome. All right, so purchases of less than $100 that have most improved your life.
My drive on my phone. So I'm a little OCD.
Yes.
And I like to be that person that can spout off answers all the time.
Okay.
So.
Did you buy this?
Mm-hmm.
It's called Drive?
Mm-hmm. Google Drive.
Google Drive. You bought Google Drive? I thought it was free.
Mm-mm.
For the next level?
Yeah.
Okay. Like business.
I don't get the free one.
Okay, got it.
So I have my entire pipeline of my life color coordinated on my phone.
Yes.
So if you were to call and say, Tiff, when did you order Smith's Appraisal? May 2nd.
Yeah.
Like it tells me everything, and I have for every month that I've ever done. I could go back to when I closed the loans for you.
Ooh, interesting.
But everything's color coordinated, so like of course the important lock dates are in red. Once it goes into closing, it's orange. All of the days. That is the best investment I've done. I can work completely from my phone driving down the road.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you had to pay for Google Drive, so there's my aha moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess if you have enough business in there and you're taking up enough space, you have to pay for it.
I have a lot of space.
Yeah.
I don't delete anything.
What has it done for you?
It makes me more knowledgeable. And again, knowledge is
power. Yep.
No agent likes to hear, oh God, I gotta look that. Can I pay you back?
Yeah.
I love them. I'm like, hold please.
Yeah.
Nope, it's due back here. I mean, I have everything. And the thing is I had to learn kind of what I want on. And I mean, my Google Drive only started off like 3 sections. Now it's like 20.
Right.
When's the appraisal due? Who's the attorney? Do we have title insurance? All the things that are important. You find that out as you go because, again, knowledge is power.
Right.
So I don't have to say, let me call you back.
Yeah.
They're calling me because they know I'm going to be able to get the answer, and I love that.
Do you have a favorite book?
No, I don't really have time to read.
Yeah? Well, there's this
I read
cool
guidelines a lot.
Guidelines? Okay, so the guidelines book.
Yeah.
How fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is fun when you find out you're like, oh, I can do that this way.
Right.
But then when you read, you're like, oh, no, you can't do that.
Yeah. Weird. Wow, I think your hashtag is knowledge is power.
It is.
On this one.
It is.
No doubt.
Do you not ever remember hearing that in school? You're like,
oh yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
No,
but I think they said it enough, it just became numb after a while. It was just another
Very
phrase.
true, because it was a lot.
Yeah.
But now
it's like
true.
Yeah, and knowing that knowledge is limitless.
Mm-hmm.
Like you will forever learn something.
Always.
Forever.
Joseph tells me all the time, I don't understand how you know all this. I'm like, I'm still learning. This is my 18th year in this business. I'm still learning, and you will always learn. That was when my loan officer that I worked for used to tell me that all the time. I learn something new every day. I'm like, oh God, she's been doing it forever. You'll
know when someone's coachable when they sit down and they feel as if they know it all.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I don't know it all.
Yeah, right. And that's good. That's where you should be at. Because you'll constantly push yourself to be very uncomfortable, which means growing a lot more, only when you know that you have something to learn. But if you feel like you learned it all, you've capped your life, by the way.
Right.
Your business, your personal.
There goes that limit thing.
Yep, you're done.
You're setting a limit.
You're done.
I will never set a limit on my life, ever again. Ever.
Whew. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So what question do you have for me?
Are we done?
You gotta get back to work. Huh? We are done. We have one more.
Okay.
Give me another question.
We're
almost done. Give me another question.
I don't really have any questions.
If you did have a question, what would it be?
I just said I don't know any questions. You can't ask me to ask a question. For you or?
Yeah. Switching the tables at the very end.
So, well, I don't really have a question because I know the answer to it.
Okay, so word it in a way to where I might not.
So we're playing Jeopardy. So, do you miss the real estate side at all?
Yes.
But do you enjoy this better?
Yes.
This is more you.
Yeah, 100%. Because in a transaction, it compounds, so you're not only affecting them, you're affecting their family.
Mm-hmm.
But man, when you can coach a business person to run a business.
And then see them succeed.
And see them succeed where they're closing over 100 units, over 200 units a year. That's a lot of lives you're impacting versus one transaction.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so it's it's kind of what you said. It's my way of giving back.
Mm-hmm. You have to find your own ways of giving back.
That's right.
You know, my mom wanted me to give back her way, which I would love to do, but I had to find my own way.
Yeah.
You have to find your own way to give back. Always.
So what question do you have for everyone listening? And in this way, it gives them the opportunity to put a comment.
I don't have a question for him.
If you did have a question.
There you go again with that. What's your goals for 2018?
For everyone listening, what are your goals? Now, personal and professional?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, because you should have both.
That's right. What are your goals for 2018? Leave it in the comments. Tiffany will check them out. I'll check them out, and we'll reply.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks, Tiffany.
You're welcome.
You're the bomb.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Toodles.